We don't want to hear that. Oh, but you just heard me talking to my phone. Hi.
Get your life together, man.
Yeah, let's fix that. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm trying to turn off all my noise around me as we start the hangout. Just perfect timing. Welcome. How's everyone doing? I am Ant Pruitt, and this is the weekly hangout on the air from the smartphone photographers community we like to call Point and Shoot. In this community, we like to discuss different tips and tricks to show you how to be a much better smartphone photographer, because you don't have to go out and buy one of them fancy smancy $1,000 DSLR cameras if you want to get a good shot. These little things will do it. We get together each week to discuss the tricks as well as go over our weekly challenge that we pose to our community members. This week it was themed on curves based on the option from last week's winner. So we'll show you a bunch of pictures there and go through and critique them and so forth. And anything else that comes to our mind, we'll just discuss it. So let's do a little intro. I'm going to start with my man, Steady Eddie, Mr. Michael King. What's happening?
Not much. Just watching the football game. It's all muted right now, but 3-0 Seattle.
Oh, they've already scored?
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, damn it, man. Okay. Yeah, and that's another thing. This hangout is normally about an hour. Not going to happen tonight, folks. Sorry. It's the debut of the NFL, and I'm a Green Bay Packers fan for the rest. So, you know.
I just wonder.
Gotta watch them, you know.
I'm kind of curious if we might want to during football season move this over to Wednesday, because there's gonna be every Thursday night is a football game.
Well, yeah, but this is the debut, so it's a little different.
Okay, yes, true.
You know,
Yeah, are they still gonna have like those sucky games on Thursday nights?
They sure will. They sure will, because people will watch it and they will sell a ton of ads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, this one is the NBC crew, and they're treating the NBC treats like Monday Night Football used to. You have to have a winning record to be on prime time at night. So you won't see sucky games there, since the Texans won't be there. But you'll see some sucky games on Monday and Thursday night, because it's going to be CBS and ESPN.
Still football. Yeah. Anyway, welcome. Next up, we have a long time no see, Michelle Thorne's in the house. How are you, madam?
I'm fantastic. I just turned to the U.S. Open and my visa's up. You won the first set 6-4.
U.S. Open? What's that? Pool?
Tennis.
Is it darts?
No. Real sports.
Expand your little mind.
No, I like tennis. I just don't watch tennis as much as I used to. The women got to where it sort of dominated my preference as far as the competition went, because the men, it was always Sampras for the longest, and then he finally died out, and then it was Federer, and I just gave up. The women had a lot more competition between them, for my taste, and then I just sort of stepped away from it. You know?
Oh yeah, I've been kind of watching.
But I respect it though.
Yeah, I've been watching it because, if I'm not mistaken, one of the female tennis players is minority owner in the Dolphins.
Of course. Mm-hmm. I think that's the Williams girls, ain't it?
No.
Oh, it ain't?
Well,
no. It was a Williams girl.
One of them also, Sharapova, has a little ownership in the Dolphins.
Nice.
So she makes her home in Florida.
All right. Now.
She's out, and Serena is still in.
Still killing it.
Yeah.
Mercy. Well, anyway, appreciate you coming in, Miss Michelle. I hadn't seen you in a while, and it's always nice seeing you in my Google Plus stream and Twitter stream, and checking out your soul-powered blog and, and your running stories. It's good stuff. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Next up, my man Mike Sweeney from The Vehicle.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Unbelievable, sir. No soccer practice tonight?
Oh, I'm at soccer. I'm there, dude.
He's there. He's there.
I'm in the parking lot.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming out, my man. We had a lot of participation, and we can't wait to discuss it. Next up, Robert Knight, who's going to be hated by Time Warner Cable here shortly.
Whatever. Formerly known as Turbo Package, so I'm all right.
I mean, he is taking every bit of their bandwidth right now, all in his house.
The neighbors might not like it so much right now, but hey.
Ooh.
It's all good.
They'll get over it.
Yeah, they'll make it. All right.
I got one complaint.
What's
Why
your
is my
complaint?
bird not existing, Google? You broke it again.
It's hit or miss with those things. You know, one week is there, the next week is not, whether there's an update or not, from what I've been seeing.
Oh well, I'll live without.
A little bizarre. All right. As I said previously, we have a challenge that is based on theme, based on curves. I get it, but I didn't necessarily know how to capture it other than like a highway with a curve and so forth. But looks like the community figured out a way to.
All you got to do is go to the beach.
What, the waves.
There's a whole lot. No, bikini curves.
Bikini curves, yeah, true. Yeah, this is true. But it's a little hard to get to the beach from inland East Coast, you know.
Yeah, I am a little spoiled.
You know, no, I'm on the west side of an eastern state.
At least you're not a landlocked state.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or you get an old fan that has moose antler blades on it.
That's right.
Like somebody did, huh? Like somebody else did. Interesting. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and share my screen here, and we'll take a look at some of these shots as well as the winning shot here. So cross your fingers as I do screen share. We're going to pop over right there, share. You see that? And I can minimize my resource monitor because nobody cares how my computer is running. I know that.
You're right.
All right.
You're right, we don't.
Move that out of the way. All right, so let's look at these curves from somebody that took a picture of a fan. Well, this is by my man Michael King here in the Hangout. Let's see. This was with your iPhone 5 and Pro HDR. No processing. No processing. Now, what can we say about your fan here? Other than it's old, looks heavy. There are curves in the fin.
It's a snapshot.
But it's a snapshot. I can't really say much else about that.
I don't go for all that other crap. I just take pictures.
You know, that other crap might have been kind of fun here. If you'd gotten in really close on the fan blades, for example.
I did. I did. I got one that's real close.
You do? You got one? Let me look.
Does he have one there?
There's one. All right.
Closer, dude. Better, but closer.
Yeah, I'd like to see more what's going on back here with these gears. That'd have been really nice.
It's
really
not a gear. It's the motor.
Not a, you know what I mean, gearhead. You know what I mean. But that back there, that is curious to see this.
Yeah, that's a better shot.
Yeah. Nice. And this is in Pro HDR too? Yeah, Pro HDR with the iPhone 5. Anything you guys would have done differently? What about you, Miss Thorns?
Well, even though Michael is a guy after my own heart, because y'all know I don't process nothing, but I want to process that a little bit because the blades are kind of golden.
They're supposed to be. They're brass.
I maybe would have brought that out a little bit more. And I don't know if I would have. Michael, did you shoot it like that, or did you crop it down to that?
I shot it like that. I got in pretty close. I kind of still show the brass blades and the brass cage.
Gotcha.
Because that has those. It's what they call not a child-safe fan.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
not even close.
But yeah, I would.
And it
like
does
to
weigh about
see
80 pounds.
I would like it to be more golden, and it just seemed flat to me. So I don't know if you would change where you shot it from so it wouldn't look like that. I don't know.
Also, where you see it is the tip of the blades have crap all over them. I need I need to take the. I'm in the process of restoring that one again. I need to take the blades off and rebuff them up, because what you're seeing is oil.
Okay, like right here. That's oil.
Yeah. It's all the oil that's on it.
Okay, but either way, I agree with Michelle. You could like try to boost the saturation a little more to make that really. I know I don't guess shine is the right word, but you know what I mean in a figurative sense. What about you, Mr. Knight?
I wouldn't have shot an HDR, and I would have shot the emblem.
Just the emblem only?
Yes, and looking at this picture, that emblem really does interest me. And concerning the challenge itself, look at all the curves that are in the emblem.
Okay.
I wouldn't have shot an HDR unless I could very, very well make sure that the ghosting didn't take place, because there is some ghosting in this one.
Where do you see the ghosting at?
On that curved rail that's on the right side, going up into the corner. Right there. Okay. Yeah.
I don't have the most steadiest hand because.
Oh, I struggle with that, King. Trust me.
I have after my heart attack, I've had I got a lot of weakness in my hands still.
Yeah, and that's one of the caveats with HDR. If you're not steady or if it can't compensate between shots to keep it together, then what I'll often do is I'll take the HDR and take the single as well. And some apps allow you to take both at the same time.
Yeah, because I tried it with the other one, and there wasn't enough light outside, and that kind of boosted the light up a little bit.
So that's just crop. That's just a plain old crop down.
Yeah, but that's not a graphical crop down. Graphical would have brought it up larger.
Gotcha.
I think that would have had some very good, interesting points in it. Even if you increase the crop a little bit more to just have the, I guess the shield, just so that some of the shield parts going out and away from it in different angles. So have like Emerson do like a square Instagram shot, have Emerson dead center, and then have the other things just kind of going out away from it. And it leads to some curiosity, because if you don't know fans, you're kind of like, well, what
Emerson
is it?
What? Isn't that the people that make the clippers and trimmers and stuff like that? Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
Old radios that were sold at Walmart.
All the knockoff stuff. With the exception of that monster they call fans right there.
That one, by the way, that one was made. That was only their third fan they made.
Wow.
This one. All right, that first one came out around 1900, maybe just a little before. This one is 1905.
Jeez.
In fact, the motor is totally different than anything else. It is what they call an induction motor, and it's not even the same as what they have now.
It's pretty impressive, my man.
It still runs.
Now, Sweeney, what about you? You said get in closer. How much closer? What do you think?
Well, see, I like that artistic crap that he talks about.
No, you don't.
I just take pictures.
You know, I was thinking more of like getting the phone inside that family safe housing and shooting down the edge of the blade. You know, pick up the curves of the blade, or pick up the curves of the housing.
Yeah, it would still curve if it was.
It would curve. It would curve.
Interesting.
You know, I just tend to do. You know, when you're dealing with something that's got such cool detail on like this, I like to play around with the detail a lot and just try from all kinds of angles and see what works.
Right.
Yeah, I was also trying to pump everything, because that motor is fluted. The motor, the stand, everything is fluted.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody paid a pretty penny for it back in the 1900s.
I'd like to see that thing up close.
Hey, I paid a pretty penny for it to get it.
You think?
It was only about when I bought it. It was in decent shape. It was only about $900.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, a brand new one I mean, not brand, a fully restored one, especially that's not the Trojan. The Trojan's the bigger one. You can get a fully restored Trojan. You can get almost 200,000 on it.
Good grief.
No way.
That one right there, fully restored and in good shape, you can get 10,000 on it.
10,000 US.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
She's like, let's clarify, please.
I need to start restoring fans.
No doubt.
That's a lot of money.
Hey, I've got at home. I have a real 1896 Hunter, fully operational.
Like a overhead.
Nice.
It's
full, and there's only about 12 of them in existence.
Is this one of the old belt drives?
Do you have it on a rigging of some sort? How's it an overhead?
It's on a regular pole, like they have now, just like what mine is. But the whole thing, as I said, there's only there's about 100 of them still left.
Wow.
If you get one that's in fully working good looking, if it's brass, if it's fully restored, it's about. I'm trying to think. The last time I saw it was about 400,000.
I was going to say, if you got to think that hard about the price, it's too much for me.
That's scary. Yeah, you can have that. It's very expensive. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to take a look at a shot from Mr. Knight here.
I love that shot.
This is so vivid in its color, man. You use a Note 2 or Note 3? What you have, Robert?
Note 2.
Note 2. And you're still on a better camera, huh? I haven't used a better camera in a while for Android. At least not on this phone anyway.
It's my mandatory.
Yeah, I've gotten used to the Google camera, and I'm still trying to get used to the stock HTC now that I got this new UI update.
You guys are crippled with your Androids.
Why you say that?
Dude, I hate my S5. I absolutely hate that phone.
Well, it's a clunky interface on that. The interface
that's an understatement.
Yeah,
I hate the S5 too.
Clunky interfaces beyond it. Yeah, so we got here a track, I presume. At least that's what it looks like to me. And he definitely captures the curves. But I'm really not sure what else to say about it other than I like the color on it. The detail of it seems fair.
Yeah. It needs a porter's crop.
Crop it down tighter?
I would go pano, and I'd lose the buildings in the background.
So just the track?
Yeah. Leave the width, and just lose the top.
Huh.
The red.
I actually did that, and for some reason, it just didn't appeal to me when I did it.
Okay. I'm thinking about playing off the green with the gray of the concrete, and then that vivid red.
Because I actually cropped it all the way down to that fence.
Okay.
And let the fence basically follow all the way out, but there was just something about it that it didn't.
Yeah.
I lost too much depth or something.
Now, see me. I might have even taken it a bit further, just because I do crap like this, and that was I would clone out those buildings with the green brush. I would literally replace them. I'd take the brush that's on the left-hand side and start cloning it in across there to get rid of the buildings, because I really like the green playing on the red.
I try to crop with just the track, but when the crop blew out, because going down, it was too muddy.
Okay. I don't know. There's something there. I'd have to play with it.
See, that right there doesn't do anything for me. That right there doesn't. It sort of seems like it's missing something.
Okay, now do me a favor. Crop in from the left all the way to the track. Leave the top down. Yeah. Now come in from the left side. Come on, good, and crop all the way to the red. Keep going. Stop right there. Now crop down too. Get rid of the buildings.
That.
Get rid of the buildings.
Yeah.
Oh, I need another window.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm using Notepad for shut it. How about that?
All right, get one.
Here's another
there's
window.
A window.
There's
Welcome
another
to.
window.
Ooh, that looks.
Right there.
Some crack.
Now it's cropped.
There. Like that. And then you want to take the top.
Take the top down. Oh, Lord.
There you go. We cropped it.
Keep going down.
Yeah, you want to touch the red.
Touch the red.
Okay, I dig that.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Right.
I dig that.
Keep going.
I'd go right about there.
Right there. See, I would play with that.
Right.
Because now we got textures, we got lines, we got curves, we got it all.
You kind of have to leave that fence because you lose the outside there.
Yeah. We'll see. But this is not how I approach pictures. I'll just start cropping the hell out of the pictures just to see what happens.
Right.
And you can always revert.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's what anything except a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's what I went through with it. I did several different ones, and I just kept reverting back. I'm like, I don't have it tonight.
Whenever it is. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Now, some nights that's true. Some nights, it just doesn't speak to me, and I just kind of hang it up and say, "Yep, I'm going to go watch TV."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like writer's block. You get there and you're just like, I know there's something here, but I can't find it.
Yep.
But that's part of the fun, though. It's part of the fun.
So I kind of cut out for a second. I had to go outside. I heard sirens again.
Michelle, what you disappeared on me? You there? There you are.
Yeah,
you got any thoughts on it?
I don't. Well, you know what? I always agree with Sweeney.
Oh, jeez, you kidding me?
No, I'm serious about the cropping because as soon as he said it, I said he needs to go this way. You need to go all the way to the track from left to right.
Right. Okay.
So
Robert's just shaking his head.
Freaking believable.
This is how it goes.
So she liked that. That view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Wow.
Piggy.
That's a good mic. Boy, talk about clarity.
Well, it's only about $400.
So not right. Anyway. Good grief. Let's I'm gonna look at one more before we get to the winner. I like this one from Mr. Fenderly.
I love that.
It sort of looks like a almost like a painting, the way the texture of it came out, in my opinion. That may be due to just the camera quality, or he did that on purpose with the filter. I'm not sure, but he said snap.
He put some nose grease on the lens.
Yeah. I mean, but it looks like, but it looks like a painting. I mean, it really looks like it's been brushed. I like it.
I love
definitely the way it makes you sort of climb. I don't particularly like this bright light here. I would have figured out a way to try to make it flare a little more and go with this rest of the flare down here. But overall, I really like this a lot. And this was with Snapseed, and what camera did he use? Doesn't say. I think he's an iPhoner, though. I think he is.
Yeah, he bounces back and forth.
Oh, he does? All right. Michelle, your thoughts on this one?
I usually like what he shoots, but I don't really care for this too much.
Uh-oh.
What in particular don't you care for him?
I mean, the outer stuff, I don't know what that is that's bordering it. That's too much.
Okay.
That light, it just kind of blows that out. I don't like that. I'm surprised because this is not what he does.
It's not what he normally does, huh?
Yeah, with me, it gets me queasy because I have a little problem with heights, and that makes me dizzy looking at it.
See, I like it, but I would have straightened out that top. I can't quite tell that top opening. Yeah, I would have straightened that out because visually it just bugs the hell out of me.
So somehow make this line
straight,
more straight this way.
Yeah.
Rotate picture.
Right, but I like the fact he's framed the picture with some other element around the perimeter. I do that a lot, and most people shoot one of two ways. You either naturally frame your pictures by using elements within or around the image, or you don't. You shoot clean. Most people fall into either camp, but just naturally.
I find myself shooting between trees to try to make sure I'm lined up.
Yeah.
Since most of my things are shot outside.
But so this is the fact that this is framed is already a point in his favor to me. I just wish it was straight.
Nice.
I don't know what that is. It looked like a lighthouse or something.
Yeah. At first, I was thinking a tree house because this looks like wood, but then over here it sort of looks like a brick or stone or something.
It's a hell of a set of stairs for a tree house.
Yeah.
I swear it looks like some kind of old lighthouse.
I mean, you never know, man. I've seen some elaborate tree houses out in a while.
True.
True enough.
That's true.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Knight?
I like it. I didn't quite like the blowout of the light. He would have to
pour this once in.
So we have some consensus on
that. To reduce that some.
See, I like the blowout.
Really? You do?
I do. I would have added some flair to it, but I like the blowout.
What I do like is he really did capture, the theme of the curve. And I don't know, I kind of like that. It bugs me that it is off-center, but then again it doesn't. So I'm kind of 50-50 with that.
Is it because it winds? That's why it's okay?
Yeah, I think so, because I understand in my mind I can see the corkscrew going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm kind of 50-50 with that. It could have been straight. It can be like it is.
Yeah, I didn't really necessarily notice that gap being off-center like that. It's just, for me, again, it's the light source coming through.
It's actually not the gap. It's that straight metal piece at the bottom.
Right here?
No, go up. Keep going up. Go up, right there. The brace. The black brace, metal, right there.
Yeah, that's the same one I was bitching about.
Yeah. That's the only piece that you're kind of like, why is that piece of metal crooked?
Now, see, I'm looking at it, and the creative side of me goes, I hate the fact it's not straight. However, I also think if you would have finished the rotation and had it where the intersection of the corner was actually the center of the image, so now you had two diagonals coming down, it might have been even a stronger image.
Ooh.
True.
With the corkscrew and the diagonal, yeah.
Absolutely.
I can see that.
Now, of course, Portis would come in here and crop the hell out of it all the wrong way. So.
Here he comes. Here he comes, folks.
Yeah. It looks like, this reminds me of a Matt Schaub pass.
Oh my gosh.
So nice.
How you doing, Mike?
Hi, everybody. How are you guys? I missed you guys for a couple weeks.
Yeah, he missed us just for a millisecond there,
and there the reminder was of why I took time off.
Well, we're glad to have you, Mr. Black on the Mac. You got anything you'd like to add to this photo?
No, actually, I came in mid-sentence and my camera just went away there.
No, you're here. You're good.
Okay.
You're good. Were you able to see the shot there?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Where's the shot in the middle of a tree or something like that?
See, that's what I said. At first, you would think it's a tree because it looks like bark here, but then you look over there, there's like rock or brick or something,
Oh, that's cool. I don't like the blown out. I don't like the blown out lights.
Yes. There it is. It's consensus.
Yeah.
No, there's no consensus here. We'll fix it.
I like the definiteness.
That's 3 out of 5, dude.
Yeah. But I tell you, as I said, I'm looking
at
it.
If he had, okay, look, let me speak on this. If he had made it more like a light trail kind of coming in,
that's what. Okay. Boy, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, doesn't it?
But just having that really hot spot down there, and then the other extra hot spot, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys have no creative. You guys have no creative genius.
Boy, have I heard that before.
It's like every week on our show. I like because it looks like it started the little light trail thing down towards the like halfway through the picture there, where there is some light artifacts there.
Yeah,
but,
a little reflection.
Little reflection right there.
Those little dots down at the bottom.
Yeah, I like those. If it had been carried up more
If
as
it
a
had gone into that instead of this just blowing up right there.
See, all he's got to do is
there.
drop it in the Photoshop and apply some filters to it.
Yeah, as long as it's on his mobile device, it's okay.
But here we go. Here you go.
As long as it's on the mobile device, we're okay with that.
Jeez. God, Sweeney threw the bait out there and you took it. I swear.
You know, hey,
Yeah, it's like chumming the water. You know?
my voice hasn't even fully recovered from a week of eating nothing but barbecue and drinking beer.
Man, I salute you. I salute you.
Uh-oh, Aaron Rodgers laying on. No, that's not Rodgers.
No, they had it was a bad hit. Looked like 2 players are being carted off.
His name is Rodgers, though.
It's not Aaron, is it?
It's not Aaron. No,
Okay.
It looked like a wide receiver and a offensive lineman.
Oh gosh, let me hurry up and get out of here so I can have a heart attack off air. Jeez.
Yeah,
All right.
they're down.
Oh, you missed it. Aaron Rodgers got in a fight at the beginning of the game.
Attaboy. If my quarterback's fighting, I love it. All right, let's take a look. Well, it's actually a tie. She's got 2.
Both of them.
So she's got 2 here for the same amount of votes. But I'm gonna go with this one. There. So now this is the winning shot. This one comes from Liana Lehua. I hope I said that right. Please don't kill me if
that's
I
correct.
said it wrong.
It's Lehua.
Using her iPhone 5 with
Of course it's an iPhone.
and HDR. Walt Disney Concert Hall. Very nice.
I know where that's a good one.
Still a tie.
What I like about this one is I know this is going to sound sort of marketing or ad like, but iPhone and Apple, it really makes me think of an Apple shot because Apple tends to have all of this flat background and it's simple, but it works.
Yes, iPhones are simple and they work.
It just yeah. I can't agree more. But I like this, and she's got the curves coming in different angles. Well, freaking done. Anything you guys would have done differently, Mr. Portis?
No, this is a great shot and a great location, actually. I like. Oh, Sweeney's on his way out. I like the use of the curves. I like how the lines. I don't know. It's a good shot. Good job.
It's almost like they're joining down to each other here in the
Yeah, exactly. It looks like it's coming down to like a curve right down to the center, and I wonder what if she hit the shutter and then ran away, and did it, or she used a remote something to fire the shot,
or she had someone take it for her,
or if she had a ticker for her, which is cheating.
That's cheating then.
Look at her hand. Holding a remote shutter.
Or she just painted herself into a Photoshop.
Which is fine. On a mobile device. Which is fine, Sweeney. That's just fine.
As long as it's on a mobile device.
Oh, jeez, dude. Jeez.
I'm still hanging on to that.
Or she used the timer and she got back there in time.
Yeah, exactly.
She probably used one.
She's fast.
She used to run marathons, so.
Yeah, she can handle that. What about you, King?
I love it, but I have a feeling they're right. You just have a timer, and she just knew where she had to be, and bang. But I like it, and I like all the chrome, and it does look like something you would find in an Apple store.
Mm-hmm. Very well done, Miss Thorns.
The 2 that she did are the only ones that I saw, and I voted for them. I just thought that it was beautiful. It looks like a magazine shot.
Yeah.
it's just dope.
That's what I said. I didn't want to make it sound like I'm doing an ad for somebody,
Yeah.
but it
But I
fits.
mean, it looks that good to me.
Well,
So
you also have to remember who she works for,
Oh yeah, she's a star.
and being Alex Lindsay does not hire people that don't have any talent.
Now, what about you, Mr. Knight?
Okay, I'm gonna continue your ad because one, she participates in community. She doesn't do contests, but every so often.
Yeah, which sucks because when she comes in here, she smokes them.
Yeah.
exactly.
Here I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get mine in early, and I'm gonna win this thing. No, she comes in like Tuesday and like
Yeah.
bam.
Right.
Slam the hammer.
The thing that I really like about this one, I like both of them. I would have changed one thing about the other one, but what I really like about this one is the fact that she's in the picture.
Yeah.
It's a selfie. It's a selfie.
Yeah.
It breaks up the curvature.
Uh-huh.
So that it gives you something else visually to look at. It actually makes the curve, to me, have more impact in the convergence of all the lines because you're like, okay, these lines are all going this way. Okay, what's she doing right there?
Yeah, why she's there?
How is she standing? She gives the photo some interest.
Why is she that far away versus not being closer to the camera? I like it too, you know. Good stuff.
That's it. And her other one, that black and white shot she did, is something else too. But
we'll look at that one in a second too.
But I tell you, this one is it's incredible. She's a Pixel Corp member, and she's learned well from Alex.
What do you think, Sweeney?
I'm biased because I was a Pixel Core guy at one time.
Of course.
No, it's a rocking shot.
Yeah.
You know, she followed some basic rules of composition and nailed it. And
what are some of the basic rules?
Rule of thirds.
Okay.
She's at the intersection in the lower corner there.
Yeah.
A lot of negative space. She's looking towards the negative space, but the negative space is actually drawing your eye to her. You know, she nailed it. The only thing I can't tell is her exposure of herself, because on the phone I can't zoom on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Can I zoom in more? That's the most I can zoom.
Yeah, that's the most. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a decent exposure.
You know what? I know we like this shot. Don't get me wrong, we like it. What I don't like is because it is so small. It's a small shot. That's why we can't zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
That it's as grainy as it is. It must have been very dark when she took this. Because on my screen it looks grainy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one drawback with the iPhone. It lower light.
Yeah, it sucks to lower light.
It's a little grainy. I put it on my other monitor. I can see a little better.
But it's a little grainy, but that may also have been somewhat enhanced by Snapseed with the HDR.
True.
Yeah.
Because the
we talked about that before.
Snapseed has a tendency, if you're not too careful with it, it'll
overdo it. It'll overdo it.
You're being kind. It's more than a tendency.
That's what it does.
I don't really use it. I'm a hater of it. So.
Now, in hindsight of the other photo, the blown out areas, because yes, there are some. I think the blown out areas add to this shot, though. It brings the light up into the curves more than just making it as a distraction. It brings my eye. It's like, oh, too bright. Move my eye up, and it forces my eyes to follow the curve on this one.
Well, what's cool about the blown areas is it frames her head nicely.
Yeah, I'm talking more about the blown areas on the ground.
Yeah, the ground I don't care about. The one right behind her I do care about.
See, I didn't even notice on the ground. I was looking back here, dude.
You're looking right at her.
Yeah.
It makes you look at right at her.
Interesting.
It's all about the details.
Well, Miss Lahua, we appreciate you coming in and just slapping us around with this shot. Holy cow. Well done. So you are tasked with the next challenge. We mentioned her other shot a few times in this discussion, so let's take a look at it real quick. This one is
same place.
Same place.
But it's black and white.
HDR, black and white. Depth of field plus crop. Camera plus depth of field plus crop. Okay.
And that looks like a beautiful crop.
I like the other one better.
I like this crop.
I would have brought the crop down a little bit lower from the top.
From the top?
It would have taken away the aspect ratio.
Whatever.
I would.
Yeah. Robert Knight, thank you, Robert Knight, thank you.
You know, really, Robert's right. If you would have cropped it right at that landing or where that...
yes, right at the top of that corner.
That would have been perfect and go right across.
Well, because everything above that is kind of useless to the picture, so I don't disagree. I just need to give a shout out for the proper crop.
Keep going, take it up, come down.
Oh, come down.
Right,
no, look right there. No, a little higher.
A little higher.
A little more. Right there. Stop.
Down just a hair.
Oh yeah, just to cover that angle.
Black part.
There you go.
Right there, perfect. That would have been even a better shot.
Yeah.
Nope.
And the reason I did that is because to me that upper left, that's a lot of dead space that really didn't capture. It distracted me from the stairs, which I wanted to follow more.
I actually like that myself because there's texture back here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I think if you don't have that Google O right there,
yeah.
If you remove your mouse from the window when it goes away,
there we go.
I like it more.
I like that.
Yep, I wouldn't change it. I like it.
Okay.
Good subject matter.
But yeah, no matter what, it's still a good picture. I like that. But the one that won is really good too.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn off screen share. Before we get out of here, is there anything you guys want to share quickly so I can go and watch the game? King, you have anything?
Yeah, Green Bay's losing.
Jeez. It's tied. Okay. It's tied. What about you, Portis?
It is tied.
Nothing from Portis. You had any product reviews, anything going on recently, or you just been shoving your yap with barbecue?
Well, yes, I've reviewed a couple new beers. I reviewed a bacon beer, which is absolutely amazing.
I've had one bacon beer, and it was good.
Bacon beer, it's very good. But no, it's all gearing up for next week.
What is next week for you?
I have
when the real phone comes out.
You haven't announced it.
I have an event to attend next week.
Yeah. That's when Apple finally brings out the real phone and a real wearable instead of that piece of crap that Samsung did last night or yesterday.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that.
Whatever.
What about you, Miss Thorns? Anything you'd like to share? Or since you're on your tablet, I could pull it up for you.
I didn't even put anything out there.
Oh wait.
All right.
There is one piece of product that I have here on my desk.
What you got?
For parents. This is mobile photography related too. This is called the Cell Locker. See that?
Oh my gosh.
This is for your children's mobile devices when they're...
oh my gosh.
I love it.
Dude, cool.
Yeah.
That is... Yeah. My kids hate this thing right now.
I've already got one. It's called my glove box.
My kids hate this right now. This is the worst idea ever.
That's pretty cool.
It's the best idea I've seen someone come up with.
Both of the 11-year-olds are without their phones and their technology right now.
Oh, poor babies.
They're not happy right now.
They'll survive.
I know.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming out with us and joining us, Mr. Portis. Mr. King, we also appreciate you joining us. Actually, hold on. I'm going to let these other guys go through. I'm sorry. Sweeney, you had anything you wanted me to look at?
I posted something on the iOS page, and since I can't share a screen on the phone.
I got you. Where is my community? It's right there in front
of me. I did a before and after.
Oh, I saw
that. That was cool.
And we'll go to the iOS. Loading. And there it is. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what you do with a bad image. You guys see my screen?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what you got on the top is the standard smartphone picture of something really backlit brightly at night.
Uh-huh.
And there's no way to get the exposure to compensate to bring up the subject. However, the bottom image is after dropping it into Photoshop for literally 3 layers called screen, and you use screen blending, which amplifies the picture. You bring it up, and I dropped it into DxO and used the Kodachrome filter, and that's what you get.
Transformation there, sir.
It's still a little grainy,
Cool.
but you know what? It's still not a bad picture.
It works.
But that's using that was using ProCam 7 and their high quality JPEG.
Right.
So when you actually use a decent JPEG, you can do quite a bit with it.
You get a lot more
push it pretty hard. Yeah. So there is hope for your underexposed pictures, depending on what you shot it with and what you used to process it.
Or what you used.
I did try to process it in Snapseed,
and
Snapseed failed miserably.
How so? How so?
If you, I don't know how far you can zoom in, but my wife was wearing this medallion in the center of the chest there, and what was happening is Snapseed would pick up that reflection and then amplify this vertical band of light right in the middle, and it just got very confused. I think the extremes just went a little too far for what Snapseed was up to.
I mean, for me to be able to zoom in like this ain't bad either.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. Photoshop does a hell of a job.
That editing took less than 5 minutes.
Very nice, bro.
No real magic, pretty standard editing technique, but it was able to salvage a picture, from a smartphone and do a fair job of it.
And it's because this fountain had lights all in it, and I bet that water did not help.
Incredibly, it was really bright.
Yeah.
And there was no way, even with HDR, I couldn't get the fountain and her.
That is a cool picture.
Good stuff. I was trying to zoom in on your original one. It let me. There we go. So we zoom that way. Yeah.
See, that was the best the ProCam could do, trying to bring up the exposure in camera.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it really suffered.
It did what it could do. That was all.
It did what it could do.
Very nice. So it ain't nothing wrong with taking some time to edit, folks.
Oh yeah.
Get you a couple layers on there. Nothing wrong with that.
Layers are your friend.
Yeah.
Appreciate you sharing that, Mr. Sweeney.
Yeah, because I was reading somewhere, I forgot where it was. They were talking about the smartphone camera now can almost outdo about a $7,000 SLR professional camera.
I don't know about that.
He was saying that he's a professional photographer. Said he has the highest end Canon. He said he's now using his Lumia 1020 for all of his photos. He said it takes a better picture than any SLR can ever.
It's a very particular phone
kind of picture.
I think you got to be aware of what you're trying to do.
Oh yeah.
So I was down here shooting soccer pictures the other day with the phone and my D700, and the phone doesn't have a prayer between the low light and the fast kids. Can't do it.
Yeah.
So it depends entirely what you're trying to shoot. Yeah. Well,
sometimes
that's why
it's supposed to
different lenses.
I'm not going to shoot action shots with my smartphone.
I will.
I'll try.
Take that back. I do shoot action pictures, but
it has to be burst.
Kind of no,
it doesn't.
No, I use the quick shutter app.
You guys.
It's a burst mode, but it's just a long exposure. I mean,
learn how to pan.
And see, and as I say, Pink Sweeney, I can't pan very well. That's my problem. I can't pan well, and I tried. I've seen a lot of the examples from you guys on just properly panning and the difference it makes, and how the right stuff will blur if you pan right. But I can't do it. So I have to do like burst mode.
Well, that's right. You won't lay on your belly to take pictures either. So.
No comment.
No comment. But
no comment.
When I saw that, I said, "No, I can just see you shooting a NFL game or a baseball game on a smartphone instead of using that zoom in these about 10 grand telephotos they use. Yeah, I'm sure I'd like to see you try it on a smartphone.
No, not so much.
You're not going to do it.
Not so much.
There's going to be certain things, and now I can see the smartphone replacing a point and shoot camera because I think it's every bit as good.
That I can see. That I can see.
Yeah, I can see. I don't use. Look, I have how many? I have the Samsung right here. I have an Elixum up here. Also, these don't get used anymore.
I wonder why.
Because I have my iPhone.
You don't keep them with you. Exactly. You don't keep them.
They stay on the desk. And, the memory cards, we can never find one that's not full, and we just keep buying them. I mean, we sync our iPhones on a daily basis here in this house. The second somebody docks them, all the photos, by default, get pulled off on the phones every single day and put in one of our clouds. And it's just not as convenient. What we found is that even now, because we have HP printers in our house, now that we're mindful of moving our photos, we're printing them more because, hey, they're not just in the drive. They're on a drive somewhere that's connected to our photo printing account, where we just have to click a couple buttons, and 2 days later we have the prints in our mailbox. It's a lot easier than this. Going on the camera, taking the chip out, going to the store, putting it in the damn kiosk thing, which never seems to work, and just it's not fun anymore.
And point and shoots, they're not dead yet, but they're being watched.
I have a feeling another nail will be in that coffin next Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, only point and shoots are still doing good are the ones that shoot raw.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, the smartphone cameras cannot do that yet. But once they start able to shoot and handle raw files, then I can see the point and shoots that shoot raw going away.
Okay, King. Let me say this. Well, let me ask you this: if they're buying a point and shoot that's shooting raw, I like to presume that point and shoot is going to cost more than the other ones that cannot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they're spending that much money, why are they not going to the SLR side then?
Because it's still a hefty difference. I mean, the Canons that are the little ones that you see in the Ashton Kutcher video, those ones shoot in RAW still, and you can get a good one of those for, I mean, at the peak of this day, the Elixums are only no, they're less than $500. They're
it's about $300.
Oh wow! Because when I got my
Elixums,
my G10 was $599 when I got it.
Yeah, the Elixums are great cameras. It's just they're not as throwing, not as with you all the time.
Right, it's convenient, but the only thing with those is that sensor is so small, and but really. I very rarely do I keep the G10 with me because if I'm going somewhere, like Sweeney does, I keep my 5D Mark II or Mark III now. Sold my 2, got a Mark III, and I do have a. If I don't want to do a full frame, I have my 7D with me, but I always have the iPhone with me as well. So if I see a shot and I said, okay, I mean, I got to take my lens cap off and all that stuff. I just go up and click and do it. Now, if it's something I want to really get, like when I do my train pictures, then I use the.
Right. You have a purpose for it. Yeah, you have a purpose for it. Now, Miss Thorns, I know you had a different camera, didn't you?
You know what?
Can you hear you?
Y'all giving all this shade on point and shoot. I love them. I shoot
with
them all the time. I want one of those 60X ones because. To get a telephoto lens in that range is like thousands of dollars, $10,000 or something like that, I would never be able to do that.
Right.
I shoot mostly with that little Olympus that I have. It does not shoot RAW. The Canon SX, what is it? SX50S or whatever it is. That one does. And I've only shot RAW with it a few times. The files are so gigantic.
Yeah.
You know, when you pull them off, you can do a whole lot with them. But, you know, I don't edit much anyway, so. But I shoot with that small Olympus camera more than anything. I use that because I can put it in my purse.
The one camera I'm kind of looking at, and I think it's interesting, and I wonder how they would classify that, is that Samsung that uses Android. That's a point and shoot, but yet it's a
it doesn't shoot RAW.
Yeah,
right.
I remember that
but that's a nice. That has an interesting thing.
If you look at my screen in the future, it will shoot RAW, and so will Android.
Yeah. Well, you don't think Apple can shoot in RAW?
I didn't say that.
Oh, he didn't say that. We're just saying from smartphone perspective. That's
Right now, none of them do.
This is coming.
It's coming.
Published in November 2013. I would say it may not be this year, but maybe next year or the following year. We're going to see mobile camera devices that can shoot in the RAW.
Here's the problem when we make that transition, and what I feel really is holding it up. RAW files are friggin' huge. We're talking about our cell phones.
They are. Yeah. They're huge.
They're friggin' huge. And I think it's going to take, what we've seen the trend of is the hard drives getting larger size and cheaper price and smaller in form factor. And as we get these solid-state drives, we will slowly start to see this.
Yeah, I would say with the next, because they are starting, like, don't they do an iPod Touch that's 120 some odd gigabyte?
Well, there's an iPad that's that size.
iPad. But at some point, you're going to start seeing, when you start seeing 100 plus gigabyte drives in the phone. After then, I would say you can start seeing some of the RAW files, but of course they're going to be bigger. But again, because of the sensor, they're not going to be super big as what you'll get for my full frame, which is about almost 30 megabytes raw file. The 7D, its smallest one I've done is 22 some odd megabytes.
Jeez.
Yeah, because the iPad the Retina iPad comes in, not the Retina. I'm sorry, the iPad Air comes in 128 gigs right now.
And it, with the 5.5, well, hopefully a 5.5 inch iPhone, you're going to start seeing these big drives on it. That's why I won't be surprised if when they do that, you can see the airtight size drives on the bigger phone.
On the bigger phone, because they have the room for it.
Yeah, but I would imagine at some point you're going to start seeing them on all of them.
It'll trickle either way.
Oh yeah.
One side's going to do it, and the other side is going to catch up and try to do it better, kind of thing. That's just
right.
Well, in that case, then we know that Apple will do it second because that's their MO.
That's their MO, yeah.
Yeah.
That's their MO. They'll do it second.
Yeah, and I would imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, also depending on if it's the tick or talk. If it's a tick, they won't do it. But if it's a talk, they would probably be the first. It depends on when they come out with it.
When they are in their cycle, yeah.
Right. If it happens to hit on a talk, they will.
Because we're talking about raw files. Raw file isn't. You have to think of their cycle. A tick is a major change. A talk is a little tinker.
Just an update. Just a slight update.
This is the tick coming up Tuesday. That's the tick.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm cutting y'all off on that because I'm ready to go. It's football on.
It's It's
17 to 10 right now.
Well, no, they're driving down right now.
It's 17 to 10.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna let you do your salutations, Mr. King. You first.
Yeah, I can be found at Michael King 4023 on everything, and then I can be found in the parking lot on Sunday at NRG Stadium right before the Deadskins get beaten by the Texans.
Wow.
That old boy, talk that smack. Love it. Football season, baby. Appreciate it, homie. Mr. Portis.
I am Michael Portis of Black and Mac. You can find me at blackandmac.com. Just for the record, we sent my dad to the Raiders Seahawks game because I was out of town.
Nice.
And he sat in the black hole, and he's never had a better time. But the Hawks, they're going to have a good season, so go Hawks.
Nice. Appreciate you coming out. And I appreciate you challenging me for this ice bucket challenge thing.
I'm waiting on the clock.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I figured the hardheads would appreciate that because
they've already done theirs. They've already
No, they're gonna like pouring water on you like
No, I'm not giving them that pleasure. No.
You should let your football team do it.
Yeah, we'll figure out something. Appreciate that. Miss Thorns.
I don't have much. You can check me out on Twitter, Soul Power, POWR, and check out Powered by Soul on WordPress. That's it.
That's a good read, y'all. It's funny because I'm reading it, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm reading her site and I'm reading it in her voice. I can hear her saying what she's. It's the funniest thing to me because some of the stuff she goes off on, man, it's hilarious. You know. I love it.
Though.
That's my life. That's how it goes down. No, it's crazy.
That's a good site. Appreciate you joining us.
Hey, have fun.
Next up, Mr. Knight. He's not there. All right.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. The screen share broke my camera somehow.
All right.
Go figure, it's a hangout. But you can catch me dodging the bandwidth cops. So, you know, I don't pay my bill. I gotta watch NFL and do this. Don't hate.
Yes.
Hey, it's called the Comcast Double Play, homie.
Yes.
I'm the one that she tried to sell me like cable TV. I'm like, I don't need that. I got the internet. She's like, but you need cable TV. I'm like, no, I don't.
No, I don't.
She don't know.
She has no idea. Bless her heart.
Anyway, you can find me on Google Plus, Robert Knight -Tech. You can also find me on 500 Picks. I would show you my lower third, but Hangouts is busted for me.
That's all right. I'll be sure to link to you in the web page. Gotcha. My man. Appreciate you coming out. All right, lastly, it's me, Ant Pruitt. You can find me here on Google Plus, of course, as well as Twitter at I Have No Life. But honestly, don't even go there. If you can read my lower third, I would prefer you go and check out my Little League football team. We got some equipment today.
You can't.
It totally cut it off. I saw that.
Yeah,
if I could fix that, I would.
All I saw was PayPal. I'm like, you working for PayPal now?
That would be no.
Oh, okay.
All right, there it goes. How about that?
There we go.
Go to PayPal and go to that address right there. And if you can donate $1, I appreciate it. If you can donate $5, I appreciate it. Anything. We are trying to raise money to keep getting equipment in for the team, so we can go ahead and start our season up. Our first game is Saturday, and we got a decent amount in, but we still need more equipment. And unfortunately, not everybody on the team can pay to play ball, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve to play, So we're doing our thing, just trying to raise the future leaders of the world and the future great football players of the world. So go to PayPal and check out Carolina Hornets 704 at yahoo.com, and please make a donation. I appreciate it. The other coaches appreciate it. And the hard-headed kids I yell at and make run laps, they appreciate it too. All right, we will see you folks next week on Thursday about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, somewhere in that area. Thank you for watching this here Hangout on Air. Thank you for checking out the community. If you're curious about the community, hit us up for an invite. We will do a small background check on you to make sure you'll fit in. I just did a recent cleanup on members that were stale. So if you want to join in, just be prepared to share some tips and tricks and some insight and not just be a picture poster. You know what I mean? Thank you to the folks joining us tonight, and we'll see you guys next week. Y'all take it easy.